I'm not sexist, alright? I got like 2 girlfriends. Friends that are female. But even they would agree that a lot of these modern female protagonists are trash! And while I'm not actively crawling on my knees through broken glass, begging Almighty God above to see a strong female protagonist, it would still be cool if I came across one. A good one from time to time. You know, because I'm not sexist. And I'm not talking about, oh, she kinda cool type of female protagonist. No. I'm talking about a Katara, a Toph, a Zula, a Sandy. You know, characters that make you go, ah! The writing. Glorious. I thought all hope was lost. Until I watched a video from The Masked Man talking about his 100 top manga. And that's the first time I came across this manga called Claymore. And it intrigued me. And even though he occasionally has some bad anime takes about One Piece, I still massively love and respect his opinion as it relates to quality. And so I decided, however many years later, to check it out. And the writing! Glorious! Where do I start? Clare from Claymore is a character I'll remember for the rest of my life. She had me gobbling up these manga pages. You see, the thing about Clare's character, it's very subtle, and I love subtlety. Like, she cold, but she not too cold. Let me explain. You see, Clare is half demon, half human. So when she pulls up, everybody's scared of her. Everybody like, she's a monster. Don't talk. She might hear you. She might kill us. And I'm not gonna lie, I would be too. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I'm more virtuous than anybody else. I would be scared of a half woman too. Half woman is crazy. Or more specifically, she's half Yoma. A Yoma is a monster that takes the form of a human after eating them and infiltrates their villages looking for more people to kill. They usually do it in the dead of night. People would just show up dead with their guts hanging out. That's how they operate. So my point is, it makes sense for them to be acting like this. However, what's ironic about this is that Clare is actually supposed to be protecting humans from these monsters. Anyways, because of all this, she starts off a pretty cold person, kind of like a Itachi. That is until she meets this lovely young man, Rocky, who is easily top 3 characters in this whole series. Even though he is pretty whiny, I still love his character a lot. He a real one, which is more that I could say for Deku. He's one of the few crybaby characters I actually rock with. After meeting Rocky and traveling with him, you know, that first cold layer of her character starts to peel off a bit. One moment, she used Rocky as bait to kill a demon, and then telling him that she would watch him get beat to death and wouldn't intervene. And in the next breath, she's sacrificing her life to save him from death. No, she's not bipolar. She's subtle. It's obvious she's just trying to twitch act for the cameras. She's also such a massive underdog, you know, and I'm a sucker for an underdog story myself. I'm biased, what can I say? But at the beginning, she comes across as a big fish in a small pond, you know, top dog. But as the world expands like 2 centimeters out, you come to find out she kind of trash. She's not that good. Oh, she gets beat. She gets beat over and over and over again. It's like that Tina Turner movie, man. Excuse me. And it gets to a point where it's just kind of like, okay, bro, how you gonna get the Sharingan and still get dropped? Like, what's going on here? How are you gonna dodge the moves and still get bodied, bro? Stop it. It doesn't make sense. But it actually does, though, because at no point in this entire story, or at least so far, did it ever put us under any illusions that Clare was actually stronger than she was. She was not. She knows that she is not. And yet, she still is always ready to throw hands. Massive respect. She just reminds me of Gon. I just love that mindset. And I'm talking down and dirty, bro. She will let herself be stabbed if it means she can get a dub. Ugh! She is willing to let you cut her arm off if it means she will escape. Bro, I kid you not, she gets hit so much, she knows how to tilt her body to get the least amount of damage as possible. Like, ¿qué? ¿Qué hora es? ¿Cuál es tu nombre? This girl fights like a rat. But even when her teammates mocked her, talk about, you're only number 47. And I'm like, girl, you look like this. Calm down. They mocked her, left her for dead, and she still came back and became the star of the show. Like, come on, bro. Even as a kid, this girl was a dog. Her mom tried to ditch her by jumping off a cliff. Safely, of course, because she's also half Yoma. And then guess what Claire did? She turned around and went home. Are you stupid? No, she didn't go home. I'm lying, of course. She jumped off the cliff after her mother and ate nothing but dirt as a frail, fully human little girl. Now, time out. I know I said that she was half demon, half Yoma, and now I'm saying that she's fully human. I'm trying to spoil you and not spoil you at the same time. Does that make sense? Trying to leave some story beats intact. So, with that being said, let's move on. Now, finally, I would be remiss if I did not talk about her execution as a character, which is honestly a make or break for me in any story. You usually see in anime when the main characters are about to do something cool, they finish their enemy and they say something like, You made my friend cry. So that's why I'll never forgive you! Ah! Something like that, you know? And this drives me crazy. Like, why are you making so many promises? You need to avoid commitment. You know, like me. You want to know what Claire says when she's about to win? This girl, she a soldier, and she handles her business as such. None of that goofy anime girl. No, none of that weird stuff. And none of that unnecessary mouth running. She leaves all that to the side characters. Which, by the way, are pretty elite, but right now we're talking about Claire. And I know I touched on her personality a little bit earlier, but I want to double click on it for a second, because there's this one scene that is an amazing example of character writing that I think you can benefit from if you write comics or any story. So Claire was sent with her ragtag team to fight a boss, again, being vague on purpose. And after they win, they start talking about their feelings, their place in the world, you know, stuff I don't care about. But somebody was watching them, or more specifically, watching their auras the whole time. Now, as they were talking, Miria, the leader, which, she dropped some of that bombshell tea, which again, I'm not gonna spoil, but it was some pretty tasty tea, and got everybody freaking out, except for Claire. Then the mystery girl, she could see all of that. But then Mystery Girl was like, wait, holla, what's wrong with her? You see, she took another look at Claire's aura, and what she found out was everybody was disturbed at Miria's tea. Claire was just trying her best to not let everybody else know. She instinctively shuts down emotionally. Brother, this is such good writing. It adds another layer to her character. Not only is her cold facade a facade, she wants to be in control of her emotions on one end to tame her inner beast, but on the other hand, she's trying not to appear like what she actually is, weak. But that armor that she puts up, it does have its cracks, and when it breaks, bro, when someone pokes at it, like when Helena insults Claire and Rocky by telling her that she's only using him for some sort of weird comfort, she lashes out. And it gets even worse as the story goes on. Let me tell you another quick story just to illustrate how powerful this technique actually is. I always thought that Tanjiro was bland, just a nice guy, shonen protagonist, but I never really rocked with it. Until I saw the Mugen Train movie. And there was this scene where this villain kid trying to go into Tanjiro's core, or whatever the plot was, to destroy it. And he went inside, and it was the most crystal clear, perfectly still, ocean with beautiful blue skies, cloudy skies. I was shocked at the dedication, bro. This dude's mind was really that peaceful? He's really that pure? And Tanjiro had his little mind people grab the dude's hand and escorted him right to where the core was. Man, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I shed a few tears when writing the script, just remembering how beautiful that was. And it made me love and respect Tanjiro. That's how powerful this character writing technique is. Oh, what's it even called? When you just show people stuff instead of telling them what it is.
It's called Show Don't Tell, guys.
Yo, I picked up on all of that just off of one scene. Ah, man, I'm so proud of myself. But all of this attests to the great character writing of Clare. And she didn't need any of those goofy seeds talking about, I'm such a failure. All Might should have never given me his quirk. Yeah, if you couldn't already tell, I hate Deku. I despise that boy. He betrayed me. And that's a video for another day. But yeah, Clare from Claymore is a top tier character. And the best female protagonist that I've seen in a while, especially in anime. I personally think Clare is on the same level as Azula in terms of character development after experiencing this greatness. Now it's up to you. Go give it a watch, give it a read. Actually, just give it a read. The anime starts out pretty good, but then it just, you know what I mean? Let me know how you like it, and if you don't like it,